Hello everyone, welcome back. I set up at a garage sale, my own garage sale. So my neighbor and their family were trying to get rid of their older clothes, older kids' toys. And my wife tells me, hey, you want to set up at this garage sale? I was like, heck yeah. Never done this before, never tried to sell comics at one of these. But little did I know, it would be incredibly easy just to haul my comics down to the end of my driveway and sell them there. So I got some video here of me selling my books, but it gets better. People bring me their comics while I'm selling. You got to check this out. So this is my little booth here. My wife and her mother are kind of set up on the other side of the driveway, selling some stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell up some books. So you are seeing the Sticky Goose driveway to the Sticky Goose Empire. And I've got some stuff here I've brought to some shows. Just some art pieces, a keyboard, the Moza bricks, some PS4 games. I'm not playing PS4 anymore because, I'm PC Master Race now. So what's up? I've got this is kind of what I'm selling in the boxes. I've got some DC books. I've got those West Coast Avengers, Legends. And then I've got, what's that first, Amanda Waller, some Age of Ultron, Original Sin mini series. I had a couple Green Lantern books in here and then some more modern books. I think there was like Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe too. That's a pretty decent little book. Some new Avengers books, and then the other majority of it, if you guys have followed the channel, you guys know I came into a big Star Wars collection. I hate to be negative and I hate to disparage this, but I just don't like these Star Wars stories. It's just not for me. I've tried to read several of these runs. I don't particularly like that. If I'm reading comic books and it's not, superhero stuff, it's not going to be Star Wars stuff. It's going to be horror or other things. That was kind of an idea of what I was selling. A guy comes up to me and brings me this box. So we're going to play a little game here. I want you guys to kind of have a running total of what you think this box is worth, and I'm going to tell you what this gentleman paid for this box in an auction earlier that day or earlier this week. So the guy came over and he was kind of paging through my books. He was really quiet. I was talking to another guy at the time, and he said, I want you to come over here for a minute. And I was like, oh God, what's going to happen now? He said, I want you to come over here. And so I walk over there. He's got like a nice truck. And his wife is in the passenger seat. And I think his granddaughter was in the back seat. And he shows me this box. So I'm paging through it. I ask him if I can film. And he's cool with it. But it starts getting here towards the end. And he starts telling me about how he acquired this. And then he starts asking me, what would you pay for something like this? So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm seeing a lot of 90s stuff, very 90s, a lot of Image books. I mean, there was a few Amazing Spider-Man books in here, some G.I. Joe. And then I saw this. This is a Strange Adventures book, number 185. It's 5 issues away from the book I'm looking for, 180. And then Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 60. Both of these books had stickers on them. So I was just, kind of getting a ballpark. I didn't want to be disparaging towards him, but I told him that I would have paid $50 for this. He said he paid $140 for this short box. Yeah. Later that day, another couple comes up to me and says that they have comics as well. And she says that she has some old Ghost Rider books, and the gentleman tells me he has some old Archie books and some Spawn. And I'm like, okay, I'd definitely be interested in that. When I'm looking at Ghost Rider, I'm looking for a 90s Ghost Rider. I'm looking for like that first Lilith and Midnight Suns. I think it's like 28 and 31, and then obviously like Ghost Rider 1 and 2. But I ended up meeting with them at a later date, and they kind of showed me what they had. And it was kind of tricky getting together with these people, but it was kind of a lot of work. But they had a big stack of these little 95-cent small Richie Rich, Casper, Jughead, Archie, Veronica. You know, I remember getting these type of books at like this IGA supermarket back in the day. Those were like some of my first comic book experiences, like getting those little books like in the early mid 90s. I remember those were still in the supermarket. So he let me kind of look through those. And unfortunately, he couldn't find the Spawn books, which, you know, that was kind of a bummer. I didn't even offer him a number on this. I didn't want to be disparaging. You know, we kind of talked about that, the death of Superman and stuff, and I was just, you know, I was trying to be nice. I didn't even make him an offer. All right, so you saw those two collections. Ended up not getting any of it, but I sold so much stuff at this garage sale, and it just got me thinking, like, maybe I need to be doing this more often. If you guys have followed the channel, I set up at a local comic shop. This was in the Wrestling Ring room a couple times over the last several months, and the last time I went, I sold $28 of comics, and I paid $15 to set up. So obviously not worth my time. Made a big trade, and it made it kind of worth it. But, you know, it's kind of one of these things where you set up at a comic book show, you're going to have comic book collectors and, you know, people that are looking for specific things and, you know, trying to find specific books, and a lot of times already have a lot of books. When you set up at a garage sale, you know, a lot of times people are coming in, new collectors or people that are just trying to find, you know, deals. You know, to find comic books at a garage sale is, especially in my area, is very rare. I think a lot of people just wanted to page through them, wanted to look at them, wanted to talk about them, and it ended up starting all these conversations where I got to look at two collections. The older guy that showed me that one short box, I felt bad for him, because I think that was a situation where I think probably many of you, and I know myself, have got into a kind of a bidding war on an online auction site or a local auction of some sort, and it got out of hand, and then you overpaid for something that really wasn't even that good. Other than the two Silver Age books, the Strange Adventures 185 and then the Sergeant Fury books, I mean, it was pretty rough in there. I mean, to have paid $140 for that, and honestly, when I said the $50, like, I was trying to like do a highball like offer. I literally thought the dude paid like $20 for that box. I'm not trying to be mean, but it was pretty rough. Nice people. Have you guys ever set up at a garage sale? Have you ever had any success with that? A friend of the channel, shouts out Do Fanatic. He had a great idea of posting on Facebook Marketplace that you were selling books, and it kind of brought more people like me to a garage sale that they may not necessarily have gone to because they saw that there were comic books for sale. So I think I may do that again. I'm definitely going to do another garage sale. I think unfortunately my neighbors didn't do very well, but it's just super hard to sell clothes and baby clothes and stuff like that. You know, people are trying to find collectibles and things that are worth more than people are selling them for. I mean, that's kind of the garage sale kick. And another thing about the garage sale was I was so pleased that it wasn't like people coming out of the mountains, like Hills Have Eyes type stuff, which I'm in Southern West Virginia, man. Like, you know, I'm in the heart of Appalachia, and I didn't know what to expect, but everybody that came to this garage sale was like middle class, upper middle class. I mean, there was a dude driving like a electric car. I mean, I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even know that many people around my area had that kind of money. But I'm really glad that we set up. We did well, and I got to see a couple of people's collections. Would you have bought either of these collections? What would you have offered the 90s collection? Would you offered anything? Would you have offered anything for the short box? Let me know. If at any point in time you like this video, give the thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.